Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September 21st, 2017. It's a beautiful morning. It rained real hard last night. Lightning and rain woke me up. As you can tell, I just woke up. But I had the great idea to make this video because all morning I've been sitting here watching videos on September 23rd, 2017, which is in 2 days. I've also made a video where I briefly discuss this, and it's talking about the Revelation 12 sign in Virgo. Basically, what's supposed to be going on is, Virgo is a constellation of stars, and Saturn will somehow go into Virgo and make kind of like a loop and then go shoot out of Virgo towards the bottom, almost looking as like a metaphorical birthing of a child or something. And they're saying that's the birth of Christ. I'm not sure if that's necessarily true. Let me tell you why. I don't believe that necessarily. The more research I do, that Christ even existed. I think Christ is a spirit rather than an actual man. And if he was a man, he was multiple men. What do I mean by that? I mean that there was multiple Jesuses. Because how could one Jesus really suffice God's work? One man cannot communicate and help better billions of people's lives, or even thousands of people's lives. Maybe back then, when there's 10 people around, Jesus could have been a real thing. But now, if Jesus was to return, I believe that's impossible. I don't think the September 23rd prophecy is correct about the return of Jesus because of the fact of that. I don't think that Jesus's purpose will be fulfilled with 7.9 billion people in 2017 only helping being a single man. One single man is not going to be able to affect that many people. But I do have some advice in case Jesus is coming and he happens to see this video. I doubt it, but it's a long shot. If Jesus was to be reborn on September 23rd, 2017, and the rapture and everything, the whole Revelation 12 is really going to occur like the Bible and everyone's been talking about on YouTube, then what does that mean for the world? Well, that means that Jesus needs to be super protected because everyone's going to be out to kill him. Every foreign land, every foreign country, because that's going to disrupt everything. So he's going to need to hide. And what's the best place for him to hide? I recommend in a castle or a palace or a prison with a smartphone. And why a smartphone? Because social media is crazy right now. But the reason I also say that there's got to be multiple Jesuses because right now there's already people claiming Jesus all over. This year, significantly, there's been numerous people that have popped up with Jesus accounts, YouTube accounts, Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts. I myself even had one. And it's just to gain the followers and get more attention to the people. But it's because I was finding myself and I thought I was Jesus for a second. But I don't believe I'm Jesus. Maybe I just follow in the footsteps of Jesus. Maybe that's why I make these videos and talk about certain things, because this is chapter 15. Now, we're on chapter 15 in the Heavenly Brothers documentary, and we're starting to talk about spirits and God and religion a little bit. Faith. Believing. That's the biggest thing about this whole game is believing. If you believe something to be true, it will come true. But I'm skeptical now. I used to believe 100% that this Jesus thing was going to come true, but it seems unpractical to me that, like I said, simply because of the fact that there's too much to handle for one man. If Jesus was reborn as a man in 2017, that's just too much work to accomplish for one single man. We need multiple Jesuses. The Bible talks about the 144,000 light workers. Maybe there's 144,000 Jesuses. That sounds more practical. That could work. Maybe that's how it was actually designed. Maybe that's the secret behind the 144,000. Maybe there's 144,000 people claiming to be Jesus because they don't know any better, and they follow in the footsteps of Jesus, so they claim to be Jesus. So people follow them because they think that is Jesus. Crazy. It's crazy how one book, the Bible, can control so much in so many people's lives. And the Bible pretty much rules the world. The Bible and the Quran and all forms of God's literature rules the world. An entity that no one knows the specifics of rules the entire world and all the people in it. That's amazing. So that must be some type of extreme higher spirit. Yes, like I said, if Jesus is coming back on September 23rd, you better get yourself a smartphone, buddy, and hide very quick. And I mean very quick. To all those people that think they're Jesus, I hope you realize that you're not necessarily Jesus. You might be a light worker, and you might be following in the footsteps of Jesus, but you're not Jesus. I'm not Jesus. I thought I was Jesus. You might think you're Jesus. You might think you know Jesus or you've seen him, but you probably haven't. You just know the way of what you've been told about Jesus. There's only one thing that's certain about September 23rd, 2017, and that's the fact that there will be, the constellations will align the way that we've been led to believe. That's going to happen. That's the constellations are going to do what they're going to do, and we have a grasp on astronomy so well that we know that that's what's going to happen. That's fact. But all this other stuff, Jesus coming for his bride, the rapture, people being saved, people going to heaven, the world ending, the world dying, it's crazy. There's so much stuff on YouTube that's so misleading. It's starting to turn into the media. I left the media and went to YouTube for my insight and information, and now YouTube's becoming more misleading than it ever has. There's so much cross information, and it's hard to figure out what's really true and what's not true. This is 2 days before the supposed second coming of Jesus, and I'm sitting here confidently saying now, contradicting myself, that I don't believe that Jesus is coming. And if he is coming, he better come deep. He better bring his buddies, because he can't do it by himself. What's he going to do? Use a megaphone in the clouds? Do this, do that. I don't think so. There's just too much to be done. There's way too much to be done. That's God's job. Jesus' job is just to assist people and lead people in a better way. But what's the purpose of Jesus coming if he can't lead the masses in a better way? It's all about influencing the masses to go a different direction. If Jesus could somehow get the masses to follow like a single global president kind of thing, like say Jesus was the global president, that could be practical. Every president could still have their country and their territory, and Jesus could just be like a global president and just look over everything. That would be the only way that he could technically take over this whole earth and follow God's path properly. Otherwise, there's not much else that could happen. There's not much else that he could do, because realistically, I mean, like I said, how is influencing 10 or 100 or 1,000 people matter or considerably at all when there's 7.9 billion people and there's people dying and being born every day? The population's doubled in the last 40 years. So just think about that. I mean, there's too many people. That means there has to be Jesus being born every 10 seconds. So in that case, everybody needs to be Jesus. Or everybody needs to follow in the footsteps of supposed Jesus. Like I said, 2 more days, we'll find out what happens. I'm not expecting much, but I am expecting my higher self to possibly accomplish more and be further as I am now making this video. These videos are more of like a higher self video. This is me and my higher self, not my lower self. Like I was talking about before on chapter 14 about the Kundalini. This is me and my higher self just discussing things that are unexplainable, and this is just my advice or my suggestions on the September 23rd prophecy. I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day today. The weather's going to be hot out there, so make sure that you dress appropriately, drink lots of water, and just enjoy yourself. Have a good day. I hope to see you all soon. Please like and subscribe to my page if you could, please. And if you comment down in the comment box below, I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching my videos. This is Kyle. Over and out.